But we're going to give this builder's call a try here and see if this is valuable for you guys, and
Okay.
get everybody on the same page maybe, and plan on trying it again next month, and we'll just see what kind of feedback we get as far as that goes. So jumping right in, I wanted to cover everybody who won something before I forgot to announce all that. Some people had already been announced. So in the Business Builder contest we had in June, we ended up with 7 entries, and that was just for getting a premium starter kit sign up. We had Connie Dennis, Christine Foster got 2, yay! Melissa Trombetti, Joanna Melford, Christine Collins, and Carrie Lynn all got signups. And then Connie graciously offered to let me distribute the prizes evenly, so everybody won something last month, which is really cool. And then in June, we also just finished up the teeth whitening challenge. And I did not want to have to judge those because you guys know me. I'd prefer to just give everybody a prize if I could. So I had 3 leaders look at the photos anonymously and tell me who they felt was the winner. And 2-1, they voted for Joanna Melford. So I was kind of hoping she'd be on tonight, but she's not. But she ended up winning our teeth whitening challenge. But like my husband said, everybody was a winner as far as that went because everybody had whiter teeth. It's pretty neat to see that just in 30 days. You could see a significant difference in their teeth. And all they were using was the Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste and 2 drops of orange on their toothpaste. So that's pretty cool. And then last but not least, we did a drawing from all of our 100 PVER orders that we had last month for the Thieves Purifier and Spray. We posted about that on our HearthSense page, but I'm not sure a whole lot of people saw that. But everybody gets entered when we do something like that. And the winner of that was Amanda Baker. And so I will be contacting her tonight to let her know that she won that. So that's pretty exciting. Moving on, I wanted to cover the promos that Young Living has just really briefly. If you want to know more about using the products yourself, I highly recommend that you guys get into the usage group. I think everybody on here is in the usage group. If you're not, let me know and we'll make sure to get you guys added to that because it's an incredible resource just for your own family. It does help, especially like with the promos, to find out what other people are doing with their oils. But if you hadn't already seen the promos, first of all, if you ordered 100 PV on an ER order, they would send you a free lavender vitality. And this is perfect for like making lavender lemonade this time of year. That's a really great thing to use that for. At the 190 PV on an order, you would get fennel. I always think of like fennel. Fennel is indigize, and so I always think of it as being like your tummy trouble oil. So that's something you could use it for. And then if you did the 190 level and it was also on ER, you would get Thieves. This is one of our like old used forever Thieves that we add lemon to it, and then we keep it and use it on our feet throughout the winter. So it's seen better days. But I love the scent of Thieves personally, but it's really great to add to like vinegar spray if you're cleaning. It's great in the diffuser. We love doing foot massages with it. And then at the 250 PV level, Rutavala, I learned I was saying that wrong 2 days ago. I always thought it was Rutavala, but it's Rutavala. So it's Rue Valerian vetiver, I believe, and then lavender all in a roll-on. And I actually don't have it. I just used Tranquil as an example. I couldn't find my Rutavala roll-on. But this is like a must-have sleep oil. And like we haven't been able to get this for several years. And Young Living just started partnering with a new farm that is going to give us Roman chamomile and valerian, which is huge. Like valerian, the single valerian has been out of stock for like 3 or 4 years, something like that. It's used as an herb heavily, and so finding a good source of it was difficult. And so finally Young Living found a place, I believe Romania, where they're going to grow that and get that. And so they decided to release some back stock of the Rudavela roll-on. So at a 250 PV order, you can get that for free. It is priceless for getting sleep benefits. And I actually really love the scent of it. I think that it's a really good example of taking oils that don't necessarily always smell that good and balancing them into a blend that I think smells amazing. So you really, really want to try to get that one for free. We're actually going to place 2 orders this month to get 2 of them for free because it is kind of a must-have for me. I've actually been sniffing my empty bottle ever since it emptied. And then at the 300 PV is Essential Zyme 4. And if you've never used Young Living's enzymes, I really recommend that you try them, especially if you're using other digestive enzymes and you haven't tried Young Living's, because we've used everything and Young Living still is the best as far as that goes. Now, we're big fans of Essential Zyme 4, or the regular Essential Zymes, which we kind of use on a daily basis. But I have 2 reasons that I really like this. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. The Essential Zyme 4. And one of them is it's basically like all of their enzymes combined into 2 capsules. They're in blister packs, so they're easy to travel with. And then you can also open them and mix them with food to make them more potent. So I just love the fact that they're easy to travel with. And they're very powerful. They're like out of all of the enzymes, if you were going to start with something, say that you leaned towards tummy troubles or you had a tendency to cheat on your diet and you knew what was going to upset you, then this would be the one to have in your purse, your go-to item. And if you haven't tried any of their enzymes, that's the best one to go with. But the Essential Zyme, regular Essential Zyme, is definitely an option if you're on a budget and you didn't want to spring for an order that large. Then you might want to consider adding that to your order. Saturday is the rally. Who's going to rallies? Natalie, are you going to a rally?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Good. Okay. What about Christine? Are you guys going? So the
Sorry,
rally.
I had you on mute. Sorry.
Are you guys going to a rally on Saturday?
No, we're not. The only one that I knew of was in Denver, and I just decided to come up here to Grand Junction to help Patty get some much needed help.
Okay.
So.
Are you guys in the usage group that we have?
I don't believe so.
Okay, I'm going to get the information to you guys to get you in that, because they're going to do an online rally on Saturday. So you could always pop on and watch the videos through that.
Okay, awesome.
So we already had access to the videos. We haven't watched them yet, but we did see some comments. So there's going to be some specials that they're doing, which is exciting. And I just love the rallies because it is such a great way to connect every several months. And I highly recommend them. If you've never been to one, to just find one, even if it's just a local one, and there's 4 people in a house doing it together. They're incredible. Ours locally are kind of small. We have about 10, 11 people, but we always have fun. And we always learn things. It's really great. So if you didn't know, the rallies are this Saturday. There are some posted publicly via the Young Living event page, and you can find one to attend. Or if you're in the usage group, like I said, they'll be doing an online one. So that's good to know. We were planning on doing a Ningxia Red contest or a challenge this month, and we ended up postponing that because we're going to join up with Kim and Katrina in the larger group and they're going to do one in August and September. So obviously we're recommending people start ordering for that. And then the idea behind that is to find a friend to do the challenge with you, kind of compounding on the each one reach one way of growing your team. If you touch one person and they touch one person, that's kind of why network marketing works out so great, because we have over 300 people on our team, and I've only personally recruited like 26 or something like that. There's just that growth that kind of branches out because this person knows someone and they share Young Living. And so the content or the challenge for the Ninja Reds, kind of the same way, find one person and challenge them to join you with that. So start sharing that with people that you think might be interested. The last kind of taking care of business thing I've got here before we talk a little bit about setting goals is ER promos for this month for like our team. So Kim Prather is getting people enrolled on ER this month. If you get them enrolled on ER at 50 PV, they will give that person a wooden oil roller where you put the bottle of oil on there and you can use it to roll it down your back. So it's called a back roller. Her husband makes them. If you enroll at the 190 PV, or your first ER order, I should say, is 190 PV, you get a wooden oil rack that you can put your oils on. And that's also wooden that her husband makes. The best thing to do would just be to report them to me when you get people signed up. That way I can get them on that form. And then on our team, we're doing a drawing at the 100 PV level from anybody on ER. And I'm going to I'm calling it a mini makeup kit, where they get their pick of lip gloss and eyeshadow, one of each from the colors. They can choose which one they want, just to kind of give them a start in switching their makeup over to the new line. So that'll be what we do is we just run a report of everybody on our team who placed a 100 PV ER order, and then we randomly pick a number and that person wins. So that's another option to entice people to join ER beyond the obvious things of being able to budget for your ER order, getting a percentage back in free product and free promo items that they send. So it's definitely a great month to get people excited about joining ER. And then just the last thing that I had to do was to talk to you guys a little bit about goals. Earlier today, I was on the silver leadership call that Young Living Corporate provides for us. They just let all of the silvers do a Zoom like this, anybody who wants to join. And we get leadership training each month, and they do that starting with silvers and above. Each level gets their own training. And so it's nice because they usually have someone that's a leader that's like gold or above to get on there and kind of share them some things. And they were talking about setting goals. And so it was kind of relevant for talking about that tonight anyway. But I thought one of the cool things was the guy from corporate who led the group. He said that he came across this article recently where they were talking about how bamboo is raised, and when bamboo is planted and the shoots come up, that bamboo is watered for, depending on the type of bamboo, somewhere between like 6 and 20 years. And it doesn't do anything but sit there and kind of like wax off a little bit. And then when bamboo is ready to grow, it can grow like up to 3 feet a day and can just like shoot up after years and years of just like sitting there. And he said that that's kind of what network marketing is like in a way. We spend sometimes even years just laying the groundwork and watering all of these seeds that we planted. And then when your growth starts, sometimes it just explodes. And we're kind of seeing that right now. A couple months ago, Sam and I started to reinvest in the business because we were working towards gold. And we've been blown away at the growth that you guys have had, and it's been very exciting to watch. And so 3 months ago, I had to sit down and write goals, and it's really not something that I'm a big fan of. I'm going to admit it. Putting it down on paper is hard. And so what we came up with, we were supposed to write down a month goal and then a 6-month goal. And what we actually did was we came up with a month goal, like 5 things that we wanted to happen in that month. And we decided that we wanted it to happen for 6 months consecutively. And so we've just actually been going back to those goals each month. But I just had 2 things I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as setting goals. And one is that this quote always sticks with me when we talk about goal setting. And that is, a goal is just a dream until you write it down. If you don't write it down, it's just a dream. It's not actually going to happen. But when you actually put pen to paper, you are like 80% more likely to actually achieve your goal. And then if you ask someone to help you be accountable for that, it goes up to like 98% or something like that. So you really should be sharing your goals with someone. Share them with your upline leader. Feel free to share them with me. If I know your goals, I will every week or so check in with you and ask you how you're doing. I don't try not to be too annoying about it because I am working on goals myself, but I do want you guys to know that you can come to me if you need someone to help you be accountable. Find someone that you're comfortable with. Maybe it's your husband or your wife. Maybe it's someone who isn't even involved with Young Living, but you know that they'll come back to you, on a weekly basis or however you want and ask you how you're doing. So, having yourself be accountable, writing them down is so important. And then the other thing to look at is, I don't know if you've heard of the SMART acronym. It always comes up when people talk about goal setting. And at first it just kept bouncing off of me. Like people would talk about it and I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like I didn't want to set goals, period. But the SMART acronym is a goal should meet these 5 things to be able to be attainable. And S would be, it needs to be a specific goal. M means that it needs to be measurable. A means that it needs to be attainable. R means that it needs to be relevant for your situation. And then T is time bound, meaning that it needs to be within a specific time frame. And what they do is they give you a chance at the end of the month. Say you set a goal and you didn't achieve it at that end of that time. It gives you a chance to reassess that goal and decide how you want to approach it, say, the next month. We tend to do monthly goals in our family. Young Living makes living your life different, not just the whole health and wellness aspect, but you tend to look at employment different. You tend to look at how you use your time different. I actually sometimes just am blown away by the fact that I have blocks of free time. And I sometimes am like, wait, should I be doing something? Because like I did everything on my to-do list and I took care of the baby. And like, there's time in the day where, I actually have free time. I used to work 2 jobs plus do Young Living. And so, I sometimes don't know what it's like to not have I don't know what it's like to have just one job. But, and then we also tend to look at our budget monthly and our goals we set monthly. We also have like yearly goals and, like specific goals. Like we are working to hit gold in October and we are pushing for that. So I just realized that I missed 2 things earlier. And one was that if you didn't know about it, we were doing this giveaway. We've got this bag that we're giving away, and then 2 of these black bags that say Young Living Distributor on them. And I forgot to talk about that. I do have a video in the CarthSense group that covers what you'd have to do to win those, but that's what we're giving away in July. And then that ramps up into August with a chance to earn a free diffuser. And then one last thing that I wanted to cover was that, so we're in July now. August, we're going to be ramping up like back to school. And then in September, we're going to focus on the raindrop kits in September. This is one of the very next products that I got when I got into Young Living. I got a raindrop like 3 months after we joined Young Living. 2 months after we joined Young Living. Sam and I both had raindrops done on us, and they were incredible. And so we're working on some ideas behind that, but I would like to try to teach raindrop classes in September, travel to do them if necessary, help you guys get set up to teach them yourself if you want, and make that kind of like the thing that we're doing in September, possibly giving one away as our incentive that month. We're still kind of coming up with some ideas, but if you're local to us, and we consider local to be about 4 or 5 hours away, we're happy to travel to help people. We're going to do a raindrop class, and someone will get a free massage that day, and everyone will learn how to do raindrops, and there'll be a chance for them to sign up with a raindrop kit if they want, and just make that September is going to be raindrop month. So that's pretty much all I had for tonight. Anybody got any questions that I can answer while we're here? Anything pressing?
I'm just getting eaten up by bugs. I need my bug spray.
I get mine on Monday.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Katrina bought me a bottle since it wasn't shipping to Indiana. I saw that and I was like, please get me some. So we're doing an open house on Monday night with all the new products. So she's bringing mine.
Oh, nice.
I'm excited to try it. Anything else, guys? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here.